Hymns of Bharadwaja, Sukta 11. Missioned and strong to sacrifice, offer the sacrifice, priest of the coal. O fire, put away from us, as if by the applied force of the life gods, all that opposes. Turn in their paths towards our offering Mitra and Varuna, in the twin lords of the journey and earth and heaven. To us thou art our priest of the invocation, harmless and perfect in ecstasy. Thou art the God within in mortals that makes the discoveries of knowledge. Thou art the carrier with the burning mouth, with the purifying flame of oblation. O fire, worship with sacrifice thy own body. In thee the understanding is full of riches, and it desires the gods, the divine births, that the word may be spoken and the sacrifice done, when the singer, the sage, the wisest of the Angirasas chants his honey rhythm in the right. He has leaped into radiance, and is wise of heart and wide of light. O fire, sacrifice to the largeness of earth and heaven. All the 5 peoples lavish the oblation with obeisance of surrender, and anoint as the living being fire, the bringer of their satisfactions. When the sacred grass has been plucked with prostration of surrender to the fire, when the ladle of the purification full of the light offering has been set to its labor, when the home has been reached in the house of earth, and the sacrifice lodged like an eye in the sun. O sun of force, O fire, kindling with the gods thy fires, priest of the coal, priest with thy many flame armies, dispense to us the treasures. Shining with light, let us charge beyond the sin and the struggle. And so another recollection in the same assumption of cause is continence, is the equal to the equal capacity, is sufficiency, that in its being works to the realization of its own reality and measure, unbroken from the life and being of being. So missioned, carrying this purpose, carrying this presence, carrying this mode and means of realization and integration, and strong to sacrifice, sufficient, complete, encasing and supernal unto this revelation of whole and wealth. All these, both these things, offer to the sacrifice, priest of the call, agent and truth of the presence. O fire, put away from us, as by the applied force of the life divinities, the life gods, all that opposes. By the full condition of integrity, communion, eminent realization, unbroken sameness, of the essence of the Lord of love in the light of eternity's infolding communion, by all that is essential and true, to the presence of life, by the same application turn away from us all these alien things, by calling home to the secret source and sanctum, the sufficiency which comprehends the fulfillment of witness in its imparting. Turn, and these are just another faiths now of the same dimension, in truth, felt meditation and reality, turn in their paths towards our offering, towards our integration and realization and fulfillment, Mitra, the perfect friend, Varuna, the guardian, so the dear companion and the guardian of this presence of fulfillment, and the twin lords of the journey, and earth and heaven. So the full all in all, out of all powers composed, the continence that is one with itself, which is one to the truth of manifestation and eminence, to dear companionship and perfect guardianship, in and of you bring these to fulfilled function, birth, recollection, presence, witness, and reality. To us, thou art our priest of the invocation, harmless and perfect in ecstasy. So the complete fulfillment of our bliss, of the communing integral cause, you are the integrity and the agency that is invoked unto this perfection of presence and soul and self. Thou art the God within, in mortals, that makes the discoveries of knowledge. So just as there's this intuition that it assumes all these different aspects, one of which is, in order to come to the fulfillment of functioning, it has to be the perfect child, the royal inheritor, the dear companion and friend who shows us to our perfect home. So that eminence in immanence, that transcendent archetypal and sufficient cause awoken in the condition of its witness to the fulfillment of its unparted self, is that which connects the instances to the unbroken ground in its continent supernal purpose and soul and reality. You are the God within, in manifestation, in transience, in mortality, that makes the discoveries of knowledge. Thou art the carrier with the burning mouth. You transport through this complete digestion of conversion to the purity of your principle of ruling nature and self, with the purifying flame of oblation, fluid sacrifice. O fire, worship with sacrifice thy own body. The complete continence of being absorbed into the supernal measure, the complete competency, the complete overarching association to this ground of assumption and truth, align and fulfill and illuminate into that supernal term and present medium and cause which comes to the heart and soul of your own and this own and our own reality. In thee the understanding is full of riches, and it desires the gods, the divine births, and the word may be spoken and the sacrifice done. So only in this presence of your reality's truth, only in this unborn cause, can all these different aspects be cultivated, enlivened, mutual, non-different, non-distinct, and precious. Can that which is home, friend, situation of presence, of communion, of cause and eminence, fulfilled eye and intuition of sacrifice, come home unalienatedly to the fulfillment of nature's condition of reality and our state of being and principle? In thee the understanding is full of riches, and it desires the divines, the gods, the divine births, that the word may be spoken and the sacrifice done, when the singer, the sage, the wisest of Angirases, which is a word for bright, of the wisest of the bright, chants this honey rhythm, this sweet harmony, in the right. He has leaped into radiance, and is wise of heart and wide of light, O fire, sacrifice to the largeness of earth and heaven. This principle has and does leap and take and convert, and becomes wise of heart, foundational of measure, unencumbered and unhedged in the province and truth of its native continent communion and fulfilled reality. So in a note which I've also made to the same purpose and point, when there's continence, when there's a supernal engagement of presence of purpose, to the degree that that is, the less do mediate conditions in their accidents and accidental nature define it. So a leaf is not just a leaf. What a plant is doing in the leaf, the fulfillment of the plant in the leaf, is more the leaf than the immediate accidents of passing reality. And so the same intuition is alive here. The fulfillment of life and the realization of the integral fulfillment of purposeful life exceeds the incidental aspects. All the five peoples lavish the oblation with obeisance of surrender, and anoint as the living being fire, the bringer of their satisfactions. As the point and pivot and culmination of positive existence is always integrally, internally, unwatched and unwitnessed, fulfilled and navigated to this completeness of function in communion and home, so has this unobserved, essential, universal, continent and completing reality always called home to its life and truth and source and seat and capacity of communication and assumption and fulfilled delivering retention. When the sacred grass has been plucked with prostration of surrender to the fire, when the ladle of purification full of light offering has been set to its labor, when the home has been lodged in the house of earth and the sacrifice lodged like an eye in the sun. So when all of our means of association and fulfilling the intuition past the accidents of association comes more and more, deeper and deeper to home, culminating when residence and home reaches the center of manifestation, the house of earth, and then the sacrifice, the essence of this being's own reality, becomes lodged like an eye in the sun, the fulfillment of witness in the presence of this uncaused, caused, and full illuminator's self, who gives this condition of connection and comprising. Then, O Son, thou who are perfected in whole continent truth past the accidents of thy cause, who exceed thy own parent, who exceed the accidents of thine own making, in thy undeformed presence and enriched reality, O Son of force, O fire, kindling with the gods thy fires, priest of the call, priest with the many, flame armies, dispense to us the treasures. Shining with light, let us charge beyond the sin and the struggle. Let us come to this highest communion of truth, fulfilled continent realization and inception, and leave partial, accidental, straining and striving, sin and struggle behind us.